It's been a while, Yusuke. Brother, why is Moeka with you?
I've always admired you, Yusuke.
Huh? All lives are equal and precious. Whenever I heard those words, it made my skin crawl. It felt so uncomfortably wrong. Why, you ask? Because just by being born, I dug my nails into my own skin as I hugged myself. As if I was being swallowed by pain and sorrow. Because someone had to die for me to live. Well, from today, this is your home, Yusuke. I'm Yusuke. It seems my name is Yusuke Kujo from today. When people asked, "How old are you?" an adult nearby would answer, "He's 5," before I could. So I guess I'm 5. Don't be nervous. You'll be living with your new family now. By the time I started to understand things little by little, I didn't have a mother. The ladies at the orphanage took care of me, but a man who said he was my father came to pick me up. This is Yusuke. I hope you two can get along with him. The two people in front of me just looked at me and said nothing, but my father told me they were my stepmother and older brother. Maybe they're not good at talking, just like me. Thinking back on that later, they were probably despising me. I knew that word because the adults around me used it. It was the first somewhat difficult word I learned. Family. Unlike the orphanage, is this really a place where I'm allowed to be? That's what I thought back then, as I held my father's rough hand. But as I grew older, the reality I came to understand was far too cruel. By the time I was 8 and my brother was 12, I learned that reality the hard way. Big brother? You see... I'm not your big brother. Mom never gave birth to you. My brother Masatomi, who was 4 years older than me, absolutely hated me. It's surely because, even though I have my father's blood, I'm his half-brother born from a different woman.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Yusuke. I was just so weak.
Hugging me tight, my mother just kept repeating her apologies. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Without even knowing what the words meant, I just copied her and smiled. Yes, my biological mother had a child with my father, who was already a married man, and forcefully pressured her into a relationship. The physical and emotional scars were far greater than her resolve to raise me. She grew weak right after giving birth to me and passed away. Mom, thank you for the meal.
You ate it all. Could you leave the dishes there?
Okay. My new stepmother didn't exactly smile at me, but she wasn't harsh on me either. Kuh. But my brother condemned me, saying that's exactly why she was hiding the sorrow of not being able to accept me. A dignified stepmother who was harsh on me, a brother who hated me for causing her pain, and a selfish father who spoiled me, the child he had with the woman he loved, caught in the middle. I honestly felt out of place. But now that I'm 26, I've come to appreciate my family in my own way. It looks like my brother isn't here, so that's a relief for now. My brother is a working adult now at our father's company. He still lives at home and is the undeniable heir to the Kujo family. A few times a year, when I visit my parents' house, I try to aim for times when he's not around. I'd like to introduce her to both of you. This is my fiancée, Moeka Sakisaka. We want to get married. And today, I brought my fiancée to my parents' house to officially announce our marriage.
Nice to meet you. I'm dating Yusuke with the intention of marriage. Well, he told me about your family status, that you're a prestigious family, and I'm a bit nervous.
Thank you. I'm glad to hear Yusuke speak so highly of the Kujo family, Saori.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, the Kujo family is a distinguished, long-standing family, what you'd call a prestigious lineage. Dad looks happy that Moeka praised our family status. I didn't understand it as a kid, but I realized it as I grew up. My grandfather was a former politician and a heavy hitter who still has influence today, and my father is the president of a major trading firm, Kujo Corporation. My stepmother is wearing her usual expression. I have no idea what she's thinking. Trying to read my parents' faces is an unconscious habit of mine. Oh, so you work at the same company as Yusuke, Moeka?
Yes! As Yusuke was teaching me the ropes at work, I, started to fall for him. I heard his older brother also works at the parent company, Kujo Corporation. What an amazing family line.
Thank you. Both of them are my pride and joy. Moeka is a junior colleague at my company, 1 year younger than me. While I was teaching her the job, she enthusiastically made a move on me, and we ended up dating. I have no intention of opposing your marriage if she's the one you chose, Yusuke. Thanks, Dad. I knew he wouldn't object, though. After all, he's still incredibly soft on me. I'm not sure if it's out of guilt toward my late mother, but he spoils me. Even when I politely declined working at the core Kujo Corporation and asked to work at a subsidiary instead. He didn't object at all, simply saying, "Do as you like." You're fine with it too, right, Saori? She seems like a lovely young lady. It had been about an hour since we arrived. My stepmother had barely spoken, only giving brief replies to my father's questions. She just sat there quietly, her expression unchanged and dignified as always. Then...
I'm against it.
Huh? With just those few words, my stepmother's voice froze the entire room.
Why is that? Did I do something offensive?
Hey, Saori, you've been quiet this whole time, and now you're objecting? Isn't that a bit harsh? Moeka seems like a very kind and devoted woman. You're always doing things like this. Wait, Dad? Sorry, but I want to properly hear my stepmother's opinion too.
I'm simply against it. Is that clear, Yusuke?
Wait a minute, stepmother. Tell me the reason.
I'm sorry, but it's time for me to get back to work. You have an important client dinner after this too, don't you?
She cast a cold glance at my father. Under that sharp glare, he couldn't find the words to argue back.
You should go home for today. Masatomi will be back soon.
After stating that flatly to me, my stepmother grabbed her coat and swiftly left the house. As I thought, my stepmother still... Well, it makes sense. Her husband had a child with another woman, and she had to raise me like she was cleaning up his mess. It wouldn't be surprising if she hated me. In fact, I'd understand it more if she just said it. I remember when I was a kid, I tried to hold her hand and she pulled away. She was never cruel to me, but if you asked if I was ever hugged with deep affection, the answer is no. And so, the marriage introduction ended in a hostile mood, and when we left the house, Moeka went home alone. A week had passed since that visit, After work, I was called out by someone unexpected. It's been a while, Yusuke. Brother, why is Moeka with you? I heard you came to the house with her the other day, aiming for a time when I'm not around. You're breaking my heart, little bro. A gentlemanly smile exactly like our father's. Maybe my brother acts like a gentleman to everyone but me. Actually, Moeka waited for me near the house on the day of your visit. You mean when she said she was going home alone? My stepmother had said your brother will be back soon. The awful dots were starting to connect. Don't think a bastard child like you gets to be happy. Ugh. I don't remember what happened after that. All I know is that Moeka jumped ship to my brother. And that my life isn't allowed to find happiness.
I want you to go on an arranged date with the daughter of one of our business partners.
Understood. Days later, when my stepmother told me this, another sad set of dots connected. The reason she objected that day was so she could use me for a political marriage for the family. Aside from the fact that I was born, I at least wanted to live without causing trouble for anyone. Stepmother, It was May. The fresh green leaves were dazzling, and the afternoon breeze carried a hint of summer. I made up my mind to succeed in this arranged marriage for the sake of the Kujo family. And then...
I've always admired you, Yusuke.
Huh? The day of the date, I was told this with a straight face by the daughter of a prestigious family connected to our company and the Kujo family. Ayano Koji. She was the young lady I was set up with this time.
Huh? Is it really that surprising?
I'm sorry. Did I offend you?
Not at all. Why are you apologizing?
I'm sorry. I was just so surprised.
See, you're apologizing again. Are you really that scared of me?
Not at all. I'm sorry. The pressure of not failing this date, combined with the apologies deeply ingrained in me since birth, just kept spilling out.
Listen to me, Yusuke, and listen closely.
Huh?
I'm sorry is a phrase meant only for someone who gets buried alive during an arranged date. Or for an author who ruthlessly buries a beautiful woman just because it's a romance comedy.
Okay, I get it. So please, come out of there.
The rule is I can't get out unless you pluck me. Come on, pluck me out like a Pikmin.
When I pulled her out as told, she smiled with satisfaction. Then, looking straight at me, she continued in a gentle voice.
You should say thank you instead of I'm sorry. I'd be much happier with that.
Yes, thank you, Ayano. She's such a mysterious and charming person. Saying thank you out loud naturally untied the knot in my heart. As if my previous tension was a lie, the time passed peacefully as we talked about trivial things. You're an impurity in our family, Yusuke. This dream again. Even in my sleep, I was completely sick of it. Your beauty mark is exactly like your dead mother's. How would I even know that? Please stop.
Why do I have to be the one to raise you?
No, my stepmother never said that. She's never said that to me, right? You should never have been born.
Urai! Urai!
Even with her modest weight, There's no way having a glow stick violently swung on top of my stomach wouldn't hurt. Ugh. Ayano, please, stop fangirling on top of me.
It's morning, Yusuke.
I can wake up just fine if you just call my name.
Just calling your name is boring, so this is fan service.
Ever since we got married and started living together, this is the unique way I get woken up every morning. Even when I have nightmares, her waking me up precisely like this is, well, kind of a lifesaver. Thank you, Ayano.
Huh? Don't mention it. Waking up my beloved husband is a wife's privilege.
By the way, I learned after we got married that Ayano's devotion to the things she loves is incredibly intense. She's the kind of person who could talk endlessly to the cactus she carefully raises. Even though she's the daughter of a business partner, it wasn't like we saw each other often before getting married. She just came to the Kujo household with her mother once and greeted me. That was about it.
Hello, Yusuke. It's a beautiful day today.
It was supposed to be just a trivial exchange. I still can't believe she's had feelings for me all this time. I figured it was just her way of giving lip service to make the marriage go smoothly. But even so, she's giving me a peaceful married life now. I had no complaints at all. The clock says it's only 5 a.m. Ayano probably realized I was having a nightmare. Yet she doesn't force me to talk about it, and just silently snuggles up to me. She's a deeply loving person. Is it really okay for me to feel this happy? They say you get scared when you're too happy, and it seems that's true. Foolish as it may be, I find myself savoring these feverish, everyday moments of happiness that are brighter than the summer sun. Then came the season when the sky grew higher, and the scent of summer melted into the evening dusk. Sorry, I'm sorry to put this burden on you.
No, please don't worry about it, Father.
Quietly, within the Kujo family, the footsteps of the end of an era and the beginning of another could be heard. On this day, the Kujo family was enveloped in a heavier atmosphere than usual, with the whole family gathered. Well, it's been a while, having the whole family together like this. Even Dad is.
Be quiet. They'll be here any minute.
My father tried to lighten the mood, but my stepmother sharply shut him down. This atmosphere is terrible. For some reason, my brother was looking off in the wrong direction with a sour look, making the vibe worse than ever. It seems everyone is here. A little late, an unfamiliar man in a suit entered the room. He pulled out an envelope and spoke in a businesslike tone. Now I will read the contents of the notarized will created by the late Shoemon Kujo. Yes, exactly 1 week ago, my grandfather passed away. He died peacefully, of old age at 92, without any major illnesses. A notarized will? Everyone held their breath, wondering what he had left behind. Article 1. My son Shigetaka Kujo shall step down as the president and representative director of Kujo Corporation and assume an honorary position. Huh? Honorary position? Furthermore, all final management and decision-making authority over the Kujo family and the Kujo Corporation Group shall be entrusted solely to Saori Kujo. What did you say? Unlike my father, who cried out in panic, my stepmother was calm, as if she knew everything. She glared at my father with piercing eyes.
Do you know why I never divorced you even after you had a child with another woman? I never forgave you. It was because your father asked me to look after the Kujo family.
Yes, my father and stepmother were set up by my grandfather, Shoemon. In other words, an arranged marriage just like mine. My stepmother comes from a prestigious lineage of bureaucrats who consistently produce top government officials. She had connections with my grandfather, a former politician, and because she was exceptionally capable, she was chosen. In fact, my stepmother is incredibly sharp with policies, systems, and numbers. She is the true brains behind the Kujo Corporation. That means my grandfather saw things exactly as they were. He knew that the Kujo family only survived not because of his son, but because of his wife, Saori Kujo. Even as someone looking from the outside, my grandfather's will made perfect sense to me. However, you don't have to worry, Dad. If you're moving to an honorary position, it just means I'm the next president. As long as I become the president, your position will be secure too. It's an undeniable fact. I mean, there's no other suitable candidate for the successor anyway. My brother smirked at me sideways as he spoke. His intentions were so clear it was suffocating.
May I continue? Article 2. As candidates for the next president of the Kujo Corporation Group, my grandsons, Masatomi Kujo.
See? I bet Yusuke's name isn't even on that will.
And Yusuke Kujo. I nominate both of them.
Huh? What? To my shock, my grandfather nominated me as one of the presidential candidates. The final decision was to be made at the General Assembly. No. This is impossible. You're supposed to be just a lowly worker at a subsidiary. You're a burden to the Kujo family, a stain on it. Why? Why is someone like you chosen as a candidate for the next president of Kujo Corporation, standing on the same stage as me? Mom, even you can't tolerate this, right? I mean, this guy is...
Stop it, Masatomi. This is a will. It's not a matter of whether you accept it or not. A notarized will is entirely different from a verbal promise or a handwritten note. It carries an incomparable amount of legal weight. Your grandfather acknowledged Yusuke as a member of the Kujo family, as his own grandson.
Ugh. I never expected to receive such a nomination from my grandfather either. And it seems my brother's furious outburst had another reason besides just hating me.
Why are you here again?
It was 2 weeks before my grandfather passed away. On this day, a scene very similar to another day unfolded in the Kujo household. Mom, listen to me. I'm thinking of marrying her.
What are you talking about? She's the one I turned away when she came to announce her marriage with Yusuke. Surely you're not unaware of that.
Of course I know. I know you opposed it. But that was because it was Yusuke, right? You just couldn't stand the thought of Yusuke being happy, isn't that it?
He's right, Saori. You didn't give a proper reason that day. But isn't that a bit immature? If that was the case, you should have just told me, and I would have...
You keep quiet.
It seemed both my father and brother thought my stepmother opposed the marriage because I wasn't her biological son. And then...
I'm sorry, I had no idea Yusuke had such an upbringing. It's only natural that you'd oppose it, stepmother. That's why.
Placing a hand on her chest, Moeka spoke as if she were a tragic heroine. Did she really think there was no way she could be rejected from marrying into this family without a reason?
I see. I've been severely underestimated.
Huh?
Saki-saga, Do you really believe the reason I opposed the marriage was because of Yusuke?
Well, Masatomi told me that you never loved Yusuke.
I see. Then let me ask you, did you truly love Yusuke?
That's... Of course I did. At first I really liked him, but he...
It is true that I did not give birth to that child, but what of it? That has absolutely nothing to do with you, does it? You gave up on him over something as trivial as that. That's all your feelings amounted to.
As trivial as that? What are you saying, Mom? He's an impurity to the Kujo family. You've clearly suffered because of him, haven't you?
Yes, that's right. When that child first came to our home, I couldn't accept him right away. I still regret it. When he tried to take my hand, I instinctively pulled away.
Stepmother, thank you for always taking care of someone like me. My school teacher taught me that there's a day called Mother's Day to express gratitude towards mothers. It was a day that had no connection to me, but in May, when I was 8, I picked some flowers growing in the roadside on my way home from school. I'm sorry I can only give you something like this, and I'm sorry that I'm causing you so much pain. My brother always blamed me, saying, "You're making Mom suffer." With a burning sensation in my throat, I told her that. Because I gripped them so nervously on the way back, the flowers were already wilting, but my stepmother accepted them without a word. Phew, why did you break the plate? You really are completely useless. I'm so sorry.
It's dangerous, so step back. I'll clean up the rest.
Even though we had housekeepers coming and going, my stepmother did as much as she could herself. Wanting to help her even a little, I once tried to carry the dishes after dinner and accidentally broke them. But my stepmother never got angry at me. Only my brother did. My stepmother just quietly cleaned up the mess without a word. My stepmother closed her eyes, seemingly savoring the memories etched under her eyelids. Then she slowly opened her eyes, looking straight ahead with a dignified gaze.
I refuse to pretend that the feelings that child directed at me, or his small hands, never existed. Even though I opposed his marriage, I still acknowledge his kindness in remembering Mother's Day.
I had gone to see my stepmother this year for Mother's Day too. That was when she brought up the topic of an arranged marriage. Slowly taking her time, my stepmother had come to accept my existence. That was her true feeling, one that nobody, not even I, knew, and naturally, it was a truth my brother couldn't easily accept. What the hell is that? Mother's Day? I've never even celebrated that, but so what? Does not thanking your mother mean you're not a son? Is that more important than blood ties?
You really only show your father's face. You have neither intelligence nor kindness.
Huh.
I told you, didn't I? This isn't about you. This is my own regret. I couldn't be a good mother to that child. I couldn't even hold his hand. That's why I wanted him to be happy no matter what.
Happy? Then why did you make him enter a political marriage? Didn't you just use him for the Kujo family?
It's true that it's a marriage with positive influence for the family, but that's not the only reason. Ayano had feelings for Yusuke for a long time. Of course, even after learning about Yusuke's background, her feelings didn't change. That's why I thought she was the right one.
Actually, my stepmother and Ayano's mother are old friends. My stepmother knew that Ayano had feelings for me, and decided to suggest the arranged marriage under the guise of a political alliance.
Masatomi, I know that when you were little, you genuinely tried to protect me. Even so, as your mother, I warned you over and over to stop hurting others.
My stepmother was strict with herself and others. She was completely consistent, treating both me and my brother equally.
Yet, ever since you entered middle school, no matter how much I warned you about your attitude, you always acted like I was just nagging. I was strict with you because you are the eldest son of the Kujo family, and because I didn't want you to turn out like your father. But it seems it never got through to you in the end. To steal your brother's fiancée and marry her. Ayano will definitely make Yusuke happy. Unlike you, who waited in ambush to make a move the moment I told you Masatome would be coming home.
What? How do you know that?
Changing men just because your marriage was opposed once, and jumping ship to his half-brother at that. What a shameless woman you are.
No way!
Yes, this was the whole series of events that unfolded completely outside of my knowledge. No way. Stepmother did all that?
Masatomi, if you are truly my son, stop wishing for the misfortune of others. Also, for your own good, you should stay away from that woman. Although, if you're the kind of man who would cheat on someone with her after getting married, maybe you should just marry her.
My stepmother called him her son, even if a rotten one, but those words were more than enough to completely shatter my brother's spirit. Well, just a little about what happened after. Following my grandfather's passing, the Kujo family is perfectly fine. That's because my stepmother, Saori, who had essentially been acting as the brains of the operation anyway, practically took over as the head of the family.
Starting today, I will have you live in the detached house.
What? This is my home.
I am the head of the family now. An incompetent man like you, only good at indulging in luxury, committed the one thing a woman cannot forgive. From now on, you will dedicate your life to this family to atone for what you did to Yusuke and his mother.
My father's place in the Kujo family shrank, and the world stamped him as completely useless. And then...
Hey, did you hear? She couldn't accept that Saori opposed the marriage, so she jumped ship to the older brother. She's always gotten her way with that sweet face and pampered attitude, so this must have been her first reality check, right? It's her own fault. Saori probably saw right through her. That she's easy and has no backbone.
Even at the Kujo subsidiary where Moeka and I worked, that rumor spread like wildfire from out of nowhere.
How did this happen? I just wanted to get married.
She probably never thought she'd end up missing her chance to marry. Unable to stand the awkwardness, she resigned voluntarily. Furthermore, my brother was getting anxious as whispers spread that he lacked the competence to be the next president of Kujo Corporation. And to make matters worse, Ayano completely cornered him with a fierce scolding.
Dirty blood? To me, Yusuke's blood is more precious than holy water. I won't let you call him an unwanted life. I desire Yusuke's life more than anyone else in the world. Even 100 million and 2,000 years from now. No, I love Yusuke so much I want this to last for all eternity.
What the hell are you talking about? Ayano, I get it, okay. By the way, a few years later, I actually ended up taking charge of Kujo Corporation. But that's a story for another time. Now, going back in time to when I finished hearing my grandfather's will. Finally freed from the heavy atmosphere, I stepped outside the room, and waiting for me in the courtyard was my now beloved wife, Ayano. Sorry to keep you waiting, Ayano. It finished smoothly.
Yusuke, are you okay? You look exhausted.
Seeing your face made me feel relieved, so the fatigue must have just poured out. I'll tell you everything when we get home.
Yeah? You can tell me anything. Hey, Yusuke.
The wind, already carrying the scent of winter, swayed the flowers in the courtyard that my stepmother took care of every day.
While waiting in this courtyard, I felt as if memories of you that I shouldn't know were flowing into me. Memories of how you surely swallowed down so many different emotions right here to survive until today. You said your life was an unwanted one. Just remembering you saying that still makes the back of my nose sting. That's why, when you came back, there was something I really wanted to put into words and tell you. Yusuke Kujo, thank you so much for being born and for meeting me.
You really got me. From the very moment I was born, my life was repeatedly met with, "I'm sorry." At that moment, there was probably not a single person who rejoiced in my birth. Thank you for being born. Maybe I had just wanted someone to say that to me all this time.
Yusuke? Wait, are you crying? Are you crying? Oh no, you're so cute. Let me see your face, don't hide it. So cute, so cute, I love it, I love everything about it. A round of applause, I love you.
Wait, Ayano, cut it out. I wonder how many unwanted lives like mine exist in this world. Even if they weren't wanted at that very moment, as long as they keep living each day, surely, someday, someone will appear who desires that life.
Ah, thank goodness.
Please be happy, Yusuke.
All lives are equal and precious. The uncomfortable, skin-crawling wrongness I used to feel whenever I heard those words was slowly being swept away by the wind, fading into nothingness.
Aw, MVP goes to the stepmother. I love that woman. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!